Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV. I am yours faithfully, Molire Rabila Lawal, 17th day in the month of May 2022. The headlines are the major thing we need to talk about. APC does not receive credits it deserves from Nigerians, Governor Badaru. Ãttãck denies barring journalists from delegate meeting, vows to investigate. Police declare prime suspect wanted for murder of Deborah. Death toll in Kano explosion rises to 9. Release Kano or face continuous war. Gunmen list 9 LGs to attack in Anambra. Soldiers fire live ammunition. Disperse students protesting ASU strike. Group to Sowolu, Kaduna, Kano, Band, Okada, Evans didn't fall. Save Lagosians. And to foreign stories, Sweden officially signs NATO application, foreign affairs and sports. Benin Stone, Côte d'Ivoire to take top place at Wafubi under 20, host Niger crash out. Now the news in detail. The Jigawa State Governor Muhammadu Badaru Abubakar has said no government in the history of Nigeria will match the achievement of the All Progressive Congress (APC). Badaru made the assertion at the official inauguration of 36 state chapter coordinators of the APC ambassadors for good governance held in Abia on Tuesday. The Jigawa governor was represented by the Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency (NITDA), Kashifu Inoa. He claimed the APC administration has achieved a lot in the last 7 years under President Muhammadu Buhari, but has not been given the publicity it deserved. The Anchor Borrowers Program (ABP) of the Central Bank of Nigeria under the Buhari-led administration has made available billions of naira to farmers of rice, wheat, maize, cotton, cassava, poultry, soybeans, and groundnut. President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration has also set up the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative (PFI) to deliver commercially significant quantities of affordable and high-quality fertilizer to the Nigerian farmers at the right time. Former Vice President Ãttãck Abubakar on Tuesday denied walking journalists out of his meeting with the People's Democratic Party delegate in Jos, Plateau State, vowing to investigate the allegations. The presidential aspirant last week reportedly arrived at the Jos PDP secretariat and ordered journalists out angrily, allegedly saying he had nothing to do with them. However, Ãttãck, in a statement on Tuesday by his aide on youth and support groups, Aliyu bin Abbas, described journalists as critical stakeholders in a nation that cannot be overlooked, while assuring that he would investigate the alleged barring of media practitioners from his visit to some north-central states. Ãttãck, who said he was saddened by the report that some journalists who covered his visit to the north-central state of Benue and Plateau were not granted access to him by those at the venues of both visits, claimed he was not aware of a separate incident allegedly done by security operatives in both states. He explained that security personnel of the presidential aspirant just brought it to his notice that some security personnel barred journalists in Makurdi from covering his visit to the stakeholders meeting. Still on Deborah's death, the Sokoto State Police Command has declared the suspect in murder of Deborah Samuel wanted for culpable homicide. The prime suspect, who claimed the murder of Deborah Samuel on a viral video according to the police, was on the run to evade arrest. In a statement made available to journalists in Sokoto by the Command Public Relations Officer, ASP, Senusi Abubakar, those arrested while dispersing the mob at the scene of the crime have been charged to court and remanded in prison custody. The statement further read that Sokoto State Command, under the leadership of the state's Commissioner of Police, Kamaldeen Kola Okunlola, has declared the suspect spotted on the viral video wanted. To another tragic event in Kano State, the death toll in a gas explosion that occurred in Kano State on Tuesday has increased to 9. The Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs made this known while announcing the arrival of the Director General of the National Emergency Agency, Mustafa Habib Ahmed, at the scene of the incident. Earlier, the police command in Kano State confirmed the death of 4 persons, claiming that gas, not a bomb, exploded on Tuesday morning. 9 dead bodies have been recovered, so far from the rubble of a collapsed building beside a primary school following an explosion from a gas cylinder at Abia Road in Sabongari area of Kano State. DG at Mainar Mustafa Abib Ahmed was at the site of the incident and coordinated the rescue operations. NEMA is presently coordinating the rescue operations with sister agencies, it tweeted. Meanwhile, the Kano State government had clarified that the early Tuesday morning explosion in the Sabongari area did not occur in a school. The State Commissioner for Information, Mohammed Garba, said the incident happened at an animal feed store opposite the school along Abia Road, Sabongari area of Fege local government. To another southeastern story, unknown gunmen have written letters to 9 local governments in Anambra State, notifying them of their preparedness to attack them. The anonymous group will be believed to be responsible for disturbing the peace and security of the state, warned security operatives to get ready for the action in Biafra land. Among the local government listed for attack include Iyala, Agwata, Nnewi South, Awka North, Awka South, Indemili North, Indemili South, Orumba South, Orumba North, and Anambra East. According to them, these local government areas should wait for us soon. We are warning our dear professor that it is time for action and not time to speak big grammar and talking. All the security men occupying should get ready for action. Still on insecurity, military personnel have dispersed students of various universities in Ondo State who are protesting the prolonged strike of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. The soldiers were said to have opened fire to chase the students away from the Ilesha-Akure Highway on Tuesday. The students who were drawn from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa, Adekunle Ajasin University, Akumba Akoko, AAUA, and Olusegun Agagu University of Technology, Okitipupa, Ãttãck, had since on Monday barricaded the highway, disrupting vehicular movement. The protesting students, who bemoaned the attitude of the federal government on the matter, with ASU, had converged on the Futa North Gate and roundabout where they blocked the road to register their grievances. It was gathered that the soldiers who were not from the 32 Artillery Brigade in the state were on transit when they were barred from passing through the highway at the roadblocked access of the road by the protesting students. According to some of the students who campaigned for safety, the soldiers who were coming from the Ilesha end of the road descended on the students and destroyed their belongings. No life was lost. From that story, we go straight to Lagos State. Following the murder of 36-year-old sound engineer David Imo by Okada riders, a group League of Concerned Negotiations, LCL, has urged Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to save residents of the city from barbaric attitude of Okada riders. It's also called on the state governor to immediately ban the activities of commercial motorcyclists in the state, saying they pose dangers to lives and property. The group, in a statement by its president, Chief Omowale Aro, said, given the way Okada riders murder innocent Lagosians, it was high time government stopped them from operating in the state. The statement titled, "Should Government Wait Until Okada Riders Kill the Next Victim?" said it was surprising that Lagos has literally become the headquarters of Okada, while the riders kill innocent people at will. Imo was killed and burnt after a misunderstanding over 100 naira change with an Okada rider in Lekki, Lagos. This isn't the first time, neither its second nor the third. Okada riders in Lagos are above the law. They own the road in Lagos, and you cannot challenge their unruly behaviors. They are ignorant of everything the way they find it difficult to observe traffic rules. They are always right. Whether you are right or does not matter. They are bigger than the police and any law enforcement agent. No agent of the state has the balls to make them accept the norms of a civilized society like Lagos. From that story, we go straight to foreign story. Sweden on Tuesday signed a formal request to join NATO, a day after the country announced it would seek membership in the 30-member military alliance. In neighboring Finland, lawmakers are expected later in the day to formally endorse Finnish leaders' decision to join. The moves by the two Nordic countries, ending Sweden's more than 200 years of military non-alignment and Finland's non-alignment after World War II, have provoked the island of the Kremlin. While most NATO members are keen to welcome the two countries as quickly as possible, Turkey has potentially complicated their assertion by saying it cannot allow them to become members because of their perceived inaction against exiled Kurdish militants. And finally, sports. Benin shocked favourite Côte d'Ivoire by defeating them 1-0 to reach the semi-finals of the 2022 WAFU Under-20 Championship in Niamey on Friday. The victory at the Municipal Stadium in Niamey also ensured that the Baby Scorers overtook their opponent to finish top of the Group A with 7 points. The Ivorians finished in second place with 6 points, following the surprise defeat to the determined Benin side. Host Niger crashed out of the tournament despite defeating Togo 1-0 at the Senyin Komche Stadium after securing 4 points to finish third. The final group matches were played simultaneously, and Benin did just enough to advance to the last 4 thanks to a strike by Bashiru Asolohan in the first half. The Baby Squirrels needed a victory in their last match and showed their desire at the start of the game by piling pressure on the Ivorians. They remained compact until the 34th minute, when they took advantage of an Ivorian defensive error to open the scoring thanks to Asolohan. The Ivorians tried to respond after the break, but the Benin defenders were resolute. The result means the Ivorians recorded their first defeat, consigning them to the second place in the group, having led the standings after the first 2 matches in the group. The Ivorians thus recorded their first defeat of the tournament. Benin captain Tamino Omoru was named man of the match. Niger beat Togo 1-0 and settled for 3rd place in the group with 4 points ahead of the Junior Hawks, who finished bottom of the group with 0 points. That was the world news from BGI TV. But before we go, some closely headlines. APC does not receive credits it deserves from Nigerians, Governor Badaru. We also brought to you, Ãttãck denies barring journalists from delegate meeting, vows to investigate. From that story, we'll go to Southeast. Release in Kano or face continuous war, gunmen list 9 LGs to attack in Anambra. And from that story, we'll go to the headline from the foreign. Sweden officially signs NATO applications. And finally, sports. Benin stunned Côte d'Ivoire to take third place at WAFU Under-20. Host Niger crash out. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, the handle is Babagagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our updates. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawuye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page for you to access our broadcast. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, both outdoor. The phone number streaming on your screen is the direct line to call, strictly for advert placement. I am yours faithfully, Morire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.